America is by no means a perfect country. Social injustice, gun violence, poverty, and pollution. But nevertheless, unity prevails during times of adversity, and this is what makes America strong. Whether it be on a local, state, or national scale, Americans band together in support of a common cause. This is what it means to be American. Immigrants come to the United States in hopes of opportunities, refuge from war, and ultimately, a better life. Though gilded in thought, many immigrants in this country continue to live in fear due to their illegal status.
It was very difficult to know that at any given moment we could be deported.
However, that fear became a reality when President Donald Trump announced a zero-tolerance immigration policy in April 2018. This policy reinforced existing immigration laws, deported immigrants, and separated children from their parents. One of the many immigrants affected is Yeni Gonzalez, a Guatemalan native who was detained in Eloy, Arizona, and separated from her 3 children more than 2,000 miles away. After hearing about her story, Julie Colazzo, a woman from Queens, New York, and the founder of Immigrant Families Together, decided to help her.
She knew that her kids were at Cayuga in New York, and he said she could actually go through her whole immigration proceedings in New York if she could just get to New York from Arizona.
Colazzo started a GoFundMe page and managed to raise enough money for Gonzalez's bond and transportation to New York City. From Arizona to New York, Colazzo gathered a group of volunteer drivers who were willing to drive Yanni to her 3 children. After 4 days on the road, Gonzalez finally arrived in New York City, where she was united with her children.
We are going to do this if we have to, one by one, to do what the government is not going to do.
This feat, in defiance of the current political climate, was only made possible through the efforts of a caring community, from every small donation to every mile driven across the country.
Irma is a scary hurricane.
Category 5 hurricane.
Hi, everyone.
Irma,
I'm Dr. Rick Knabb, hurricane expert here at the Weather Channel and former
It's one of the
National
biggest
Hurricane
storms
Center.
ever.
Hurricane Irma is the strongest Atlantic basin hurricane ever recorded outside the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Sea. Stretching 650 miles from east to west, Irma impacted at least 9 U.S. states.
I was in the house during the storm. It was horrible. The house fell apart. Now it's war in St. Martin for food, water. There's no electricity, no air, nothing.
There were 134 fatalities. Luckily, we did not succumb to Irma. She only brought us closer together. Close to $1 million was raised through a series of GoFundMe pages. Organizations including the American Red Cross, UNICEF, and Habitat for Humanity even contributed in encouraging the public to support relief through donations. Besides raising funds in support, team efforts in cleaning up the damage caused by Irma was monumental.
Over 200,000 people were most likely sheltered in this event, and we've got that down to under 10,000 people and still in shelters remaining now in Florida, which is a tremendous effort by the whole community.
But crews have been working 12-hour shifts 7 days a week to pick up all the bulky waste.
The scale of the devastation is unprecedented. So, of course, people are experiencing great hardship, and our job right now is to make sure that we can alleviate that hardship.
Slowly but surely, America got back on its feet.
In early 2016, people across the nation rallied together to support the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. In unity, they protested against the construction of the Dakota Access Pipeline underneath the Missouri River. The Standing Rock Sioux, a tribe of approximately 10,000 members, have inhabited parts of North and South Dakota since the late 1800s.
What we're talking about in North Dakota, the Dakota Access Pipeline, a 1,200-mile pipeline that will provide, some say, jobs and help the economy, but in doing so puts at great risk the people, the land, the water, the history, the culture.
In September, events escalated to a physical act of protest at the pipeline's construction site.
We are not leaving! We are not leaving! We are not leaving!
The Sioux, however, were not alone throughout their struggle against the pipeline construction. As the movement garnered attention, it grew into a national one, with one of the most notable events being hashtag No Dakota Access Pipeline Day of Action, with participation of over 300 cities around the world. After tense standoffs between the indigenous people and the government, good news prevailed.
On December 4th, the Army Corps of Engineers announces it will not approve the easement needed for the pipeline to cross the Missouri River.
As an indigenous person, sometimes growing up, you feel like nobody sees you. You feel like people don't want you around. And you feel like if you just disappeared, everybody would just be happy. And it feels good to be acknowledged as a human being.
While the fight is not yet over, it has certainly left an impact.
Do you feel like you won today?
We win every day when we stand in unity. We stand and we fight.
These instances are not the only examples of Americans banding together. Despite the problems that plague America, we continue to grow stronger from displays of unity. Whether locally or nationally, the power of unity can overcome all.